Yeah, hi everyone. So this is the second part of the tutorial accessing virtual experiment nodes, and this is specifically for OEO console. We are doing local port forwarding to enable experimenter to be able to monitor progress of the vehicles in the development mode. And these are the two things that are required. The local install of QGround control is there, but we are doing the port forwarding in order to do the monitoring, as I said before. And I'm assuming that you have watched the part 1 of the video, and that it shows you how to connect your OVPN file and also how to access your nodes remotely. So this is it's the second part of that tutorial. So I'm not going to start with the OVPN. I'm assuming that you have your OVPN right here and you can connect. I'm connecting to the experiment. Yeah, and once you connect to the experiment, you can also, now you can launch Party. I'm using Party, and this is instructions for Windows, but we have instructions here for Linux and Mac. The first thing is for the session. I have to see, you have the manifest and you have the IP address, and you know the address of the OEO console, but usually it will have this form. Let me go check it. CMD. I'm just checking the IP, the subnet. Yeah, so you can see this is the address I got after connecting to the VPN. And the IP address of OEO console will be in the same subnet, but the last byte is 62. So the OEO console is always 62, but in the same subnet as your experiment. So you have this IP address, and then you go to SSH authentication and add your private key. I'm going to add my private key right here. And then you go to tunnel. Here is where we're doing local port forwarding. So we say local, and the port, the source port is like as instructed here. So you see you have 5760 plus the node ID. So for me, the node that has vehicle is the first node. It depends with yours which one has a vehicle. So my port will be similar to this one. So I can just copy it and put it here. And the destination is the local host and the same port. So I'll add here, and then you click add. Once you click add, then you can click open. Make sure you have filled in the session part, and you have also added your key, and you can click open. You log in as root, as you can see in the instruction, and now you are in the console, the OEO console with the port forwarding, and you'll be able to monitor your vehicles. And that will be in the the other tutorial that follows on how to monitor the progress of the vehicles.